Hey everybody, welcome to the After Show, WDKX Wake Up Club, Tree Expense with DJ Site. One of the stories that's making news apparently is what's going on in Texas. I don't know if you heard about this, Site.
It's a lot of things going on in Texas.
Well, one of the main ones that's going to strike everybody's sort of interest here is a new bill that they are passing that would allow people. It's called SB 942, and if it is approved, it was being introduced as a mandatory retroactive child support system that starts with the conception and not the birth of the child.
So you're saying prepay for the child?
Yes. Pre sort of retroactive child support going back to get money for the child.
So wait a minute. Wait. So explain a little more.
All right. So apparently what they're doing is that to set up an example, fathers in Texas could now be required to start paying child support months before the child is even born.
Disagree.
Why do you disagree so soon?
Because if you're going to make a man prepay child support before the child is here. All right, let's say that happens. Let's say you find out the child is not yours. Do you get that money back?
Well, I mean, that would be, I don't know if that's in the bill, but it should be.
Because that's why I disagree with it. That money situation should be all sorted out after the child is born and after you find out that the child is yours, right? Just like you do now, right? You don't pay child support until you take the DNA test and they be like, yo, the child is 99.9% yours or 100% yours or whatever. I don't go through that. But what I'm saying is, and this is what they're not going to say. Let's just say there's a situation where a guy finds out that the child is not his.
Okay.
I think the mom should be responsible giving him back his money. Why? Because she know who she laid with and she knows she had unprotected sex with when she got pregnant. She knew that there was a potential chance that this man might not be his kid. I'm just saying, that's the facts. So why should he be held responsible before the child is born? If the child is his,
slow down.
He has to take care of his responsibilities.
Slow down. I am 100% on your side when it comes to if the child is his. Now, I don't know what the percentages are of people who lie and say that somebody's the father and isn't the father.
It happens all the time.
Well, I understand it happens. I can't say it happens all the time.
It happens. That's why we have family court, and you see it there's people that get blamed.
Well, you can't ignore the fact that in family court, it is reported that 99% of the time this person is the father, or with 99% accuracy, this person is the father. So I'm not leaning one way or the other, because I don't have the stats that say how many people lie about whether or not somebody is the father.
I don't even think it's not even really a lie. I shouldn't say it's a lie. It's just you're not sure, but you know who you slept with.
But you're not putting anybody else on it. You're putting one person who you believe to be the father.
But that's the embarrassment. Nobody wants to be caught in that embarrassment. Like if you find out that you've been being promiscuous with more than one person, unprotected, that's an embarrassment.
I don't think it's so much as an embarrassment.
That's an embarrassment.
I don't think so.
Do you not know who your kid's father is?
Well,
that's an embarrassment.
You know what? Then that would be an embarrassment to whoever is delivering the. It'll be embarrassment maybe to the mom, but I can't say.
No, that's what I'm saying. No.
I can't say it's an embarrassment. Maybe it's kind of like I thought it was this person, and it turned out to be somebody else.
But the point that I'm making, if it was never brought up that you potentially are not the father, and I have to find out because you took me to child support, and then it finds out that I'm not the father, you know who you slept with. That's the embarrassment, because you would have told me if you wasn't embarrassed. Don't get me wrong. There are some people that say, listen, you might not be the father. There may be a couple of candidates here, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying, going back to the original question, I'm totally against the prepay.
Well, here's the thing. The issue is going to be brought up as to whether or not the child is this man's child, all right? I go back to what you said in the beginning of this segment. The beginning of this segment is we have the financial ability to put money in and track it. So if he is on the paperwork and this woman believes that he is the father, you can track the spending of the money given to the mother for prenatal care, for doctor visits, for whatever it might be. If that number is accounted for, and it turns out that the man is not the father, he deserves restitution. He deserves that money back. I don't want to hear this thing about it's a gift or whatever it might be. It was given off of the pretenses that he is the father of the child, and part of the responsibility would be helping to make sure that that child is financially taken care of. If you cannot find out if the child is his until after the child is born, and you take a DNA test and it turns out that it's not, that money should be returned. If it is, then guess what? He made an early investment into helping to take care of this child.
I guess you treat it like a slumlord, right? You know that landlord didn't fix your toilet.
Oh my
listen,
God!
Listen to what I'm saying.
Already,
listen to what I'm saying.
You said slumlord. I didn't say slumlord.
No, I'm saying treat it like a slumlord, right? Right? Your toilet doesn't flush. So the tenant has to put the money in an account that can't be touched until you go to court.
Escrow, yes.
I couldn't think of the name of that. Yes. That's what I'm saying. I'm not calling the person that's pregnant a slumlord. I'm just saying you treat it like how you treat slumlords, right?
Started off wrong. That's
just started off wrong. But you put it in an account, and then if you find out that the kid is yours, then boom, the money is available.
That is the way.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that right there. But just saying, yo, you got to pay the state this right now? Nah.
So fired up about it.
Nah.
All right, what are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section and let us know what you think. And make sure you join us for the after show. And next time on 103.9 WDKX.